Let's talk some real estate. Again, that's why we come to you every Wednesday at 12 noon, is to give you some relevant real estate information. We want to do that for you. We want to put out the information and allow you to be, as a consumer, already have a lot of the know-how, already have a lot of the information as far as when you go looking. It makes the process simple, whether you're buying or selling. We want to provide information to you. That way, again, you are an informed real estate customer wherever and whoever you may choose to assist you with your real estate needs. If you so happen to be in the real estate market looking for some good realtors, we happen to know some, right?
We've got some connections. We've got some connections.
So again, hit us up, 423-307-8566.
That's right here.
And we will be more than happy to assist you, whether that's answer questions, help you along the process of buying or selling. We are there for you to do that, right? So here's our real estate information today. We talk a lot about a lot of different parts and aspects of real estate. We're kind of honing in today on one particular part. And in our dealings in real estate, in our assistance in customers, in our questions that we receive, this is one that gets a lot of traction anytime you do anything with talking about these style of homes.
Absolutely.
A lot of traction comes up here. A lot of intrigue comes up with what we're going to talk about today. We are talking about 4 reasons today that you would potentially want to buy what we say is a fixer-upper style home. Okay?
Right.
Now, before we go too far, just in case anybody doesn't understand, a fixer-upper style home, if I ask you what's a fixer-upper, explain to the nation, when we say a fixer-upper style home, what are we talking about?
I'm going to say
what are we talking
fixer-upper.
about? If you had to define fixer-upper, what are you talking about?
Well, that's kind of what it says. It's a home that needs a little bit of work.
Pretty simple, right?
Yeah, it needs a little bit. Sometimes it needs a lot.
Sure.
But it's a house that needs...
all different tiers.
You'll see a lot of realtors put the words, or the thing TLC. That usually means that house is going to need some work.
It needs a little bit.
Needs a little
love.
Again,
right?
Sometimes you have to be a little bit specific,
right.
But a lot of times they will put TLC. That don't mean sometimes paint.
Right.
It means you might have to put flooring, or you might have to, put some sheetrock.
Absolutely.
So it could mean a few different things, but it's a home that needs some work.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
And again, it can range from a little bit
to
a lot.
Right.
That's why you want to go look at them.
Yes.
That's why you want to go make sure that you look. Again, we advise you before you
could
purchase
need
anything.
heat pumps.
Could need all kinds of
stuff.
stuff.
Could need new plumbing.
You want to go look at these homes. But we get a lot of questions about them. Should I purchase them? Should I fool with it?
Right.
Is it a good investment? And again, that answer varies across the board.
It does.
A lot of things play into a role to do that. So we're going to talk today about 4 reasons why, if you're in the market for a home, that a fixer-upper could be a good option for you. Now, here's our disclaimer. This isn't a good option for everyone, right?
No, it's not.
It's not a good option for you to do this. And again, each situation is going to represent a different type of need, different type of challenge. But if fixer-uppers are something that you think you may be interested in, you want to pay attention to this info that we're going to give you today. So we're going to talk about 4 reasons to buy a fixer-upper. I'll start first, okay? Here's number 1, and here's one of the best reasons why you should purchase this. Now, again, I'm going to say this. This is not across the board what I'm getting ready to say.
Right.
This isn't always true, but statistics tell us.
That's a hard word to say.
That's a word. Yeah, you got to really take your time, all right? The stats will say, I'm going to go short with it, that fixer-upper style homes typically sell for around 8%, this is across the nation, okay, typically 8% less than a home that you would say is move-in ready style home.
Right.
So, one reason why you should look at and potentially consider buying a fixer-upper style home is what everybody likes to hear, the price. Right? When you look at it, typically those are less expensive, less as far as the purchase price goes, than what you would say a move-in style ready home. Now you're sitting there thinking, well, duh, it should be less.
Right.
100% correct.
Right.
You win. That's why, again, you may want to consider purchasing a fixer-upper style home. For example, you could go into a neighborhood where homes typically range from $200,000 and up. I'm pulling a number out of thin air. And you could potentially buy that style home for $150,000, $175,000. You pay less than what everyone else is. Now, that
Right.
one needs work. Keep it in mind. It's a fixer-upper. It needs work. But if you're looking at, I'm working on a payment, I'm working on a price, I'm working in a budget, and I would love to be in a particular area of town,
Right.
fixer-uppers is something that you may want to look at.
Right.
Now, we're going to give disclaimers at the end as what to be looking for. But when we say what is a reason, why should I go out and look at fixer-uppers? One of the reasons is because of price. You can typically get it less. Would you agree with
absolutely. Again, like you said, you got to look at it how you're going to be doing that.
Right.
Now, if you're looking at this from this is going to be my house standpoint,
that? Yes.
that's great. A lot of these foreclosure and stuff has actually started pricing things higher.
They have.
Because they know these investors are going to come in, swoop in and get these deals, and if you're looking at it as an investment opportunity,
Right.
you got to look, okay, if I can get into a $200,000 neighborhood for $175,
Right.
how much work am I going to have to put in here? Again,
Absolutely.
that's all stuff that we can do. We go
Yes.
out with you, we'll look at it and give you numbers of what houses.
Tell you
are
what the
selling
houses
for.
is going for.
Right, so you'll kind of know of a budget of what you need to spend,
Absolutely.
or what you need to stay under,
Right.
in order if you're trying to use this as an investment property.
Absolutely. And a lot of people do that. A lot of times you hear that term, fixer-upper, and some folks will look at that and say, well, I can't purchase a fixer-upper because I'm not trying to flip it.
Right.
Well, we're not telling you got to fix
You don't have to.
the
Yeah.
flip.
If you're buying it for yourself.
That's right. You can purchase these
Right.
and do what you need to do for yourself and live in that home. And we may talk about that here in just a few minutes. But getting back to, we're talking 4 reasons why fixer-uppers may be something that you want to look at if you're in the market for a home. The first reason is price.
And I'll throw this out there real quick too, but make sure that anytime that you're thinking about these fixer-uppers, it's always a good idea to go ahead and talk to your lender about
Absolutely.
that, because there's certain requirements for
Loan.
these government loans
Absolutely.
that the house has to have, and
Right.
things like that. So
Right. You're going to want to talk to
you're going to
someone
want to
that
know
knows a little more.
that the loan that you are approved for would work for this particular
Absolutely.
house.
Because it does vary, again,
Yes.
depending on the condition of the home. So number 1's price. What do you got for number 2? 4 reasons to buy a fixer-upper.
Okay, well, kind of what we were just saying, it kind of gives you a way that you can build value.
Right.
So it's a good thing that if you're in a $200,000 neighborhood,
Sure.
and you've got a house that would be worth $200,000, and you can get it for $150,
Right.
you've got $50,000 in equity,
Sure.
right off the bat.
Should
have.
Yeah.
Right. You've got the potential to.
Absolutely.
So, because again, if that's what you got to have you got the opportunity to have value in the house.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And you look at that and say, well, again, going back to that price, it should be less. You are correct. It should be less. But a lot of times people will go in, and again, they'll spend the money on purchasing the home. They'll do whatever. It will be fixed up, so to say.
Right,
It'll
when
be move-in ready.
It's move-in ready.
It's move-in ready. And again, for their time fixing it up, for their labor, for their things that they had to go through, there's a premium for that.
Right.
There's a charge for that.
Right.
So again, a lot of times you can go in and pick those homes up.
Right.
Do some of the work maybe yourself.
Right.
Maybe get it done a little cheaper than someone else will be able to do it, and you keep that equity. You see that and you keep it in yourself,
Right.
but it gives you that opportunity to build value in your home. That's
Right.
what you're looking at saying. So is that a good investment for you to do? Absolutely.
Right, because like you said, more than, if you buy a house that's move-in ready, that is obviously the people who's trying to sell that is at the max, because they want
Right.
to put the most money in their pocket.
Absolutely.
So they should be getting the most money out of that house
Sure.
at that particular time.
And not that they're doing nothing bad.
Not that they're doing
That's
nothing
what
bad.
the market says.
That's what the market
That's
says.
what the
it
market
should sell for.
says. And that's what anybody would do.
Right.
That's what anybody would do in looking at that. So again, the fixer-upper may allow you to get a little less, do some of the work potentially yourself, whatever, and again, build some value in your home. Did I cut you off?
No.
All right, got you. So that's number 2. All right, we're talking about 4 here. 4 reasons why you may want to consider a fixer-upper as a purchase when you're buying a home. Here's the 3rd one, okay? Obviously, if it's a fixer-upper, as Dave defined that earlier, it's going to need some renovations, right? There's going to be some things that need to be done. The good part about that is you just purchased the home. It's yours, okay?
Right.
You should be under no hurry, no pressure, whatever,
Right.
to do the renovations that you want to do over an extended period of time.
Right.
I know that we at the office here personally, our office, and I know you personally, have helped a lot of people that have bought what you would say a home that needed some love, needed
Right.
some fixing up.
TLC.
And that's what they looked at it as. Well, you know, I don't have to move in right now and do all of these things. I
Right.
don't have to do
Right.
that. But they look at it as, what could this be?
Right.
What they see the vision of, what could this home be?
Right.
They get that in their mind again, and over a period of time, they can take that home from as it sits today to what it could be over a period of time. Now, me personally, I'm really bad at looking at things like that as to what it could be.
Right.
But if you're good at that, especially if you can see and do things and design things in your mind, fixer-uppers are a good thing for you to look at,
Right.
because you, again, can see a lot of people walk into homes and they say, ain't no way,
Right.
because look at this place.
Yeah.
But some people can walk in and say, man, what could
Look
that
at the
be?
potential.
Look at the potential of what this home could
Yeah.
be. So, again, a fixer-upper would allow you time over a period of time to do those renovations. Take your time. Don't put yourself over budget.
Yeah.
Don't overextend yourself and do those repairs.
Because I would say that, you know, if the value's there, if you've got the potential, it's not really going to go nowhere.
Right.
I mean, again, the market could crash
Absolutely.
anytime.
Yeah,
We're
we have
not
no
saying
idea.
that.
on
We have
that.
no clue on
Right.
that. But if everything holds true, your value's going to be there.
Absolutely.
It ain't like you have to go in and get it all done in the next 6 months to get the value.
That's right.
It's going to be there.
That's exactly right.
So like you said, you can go in. There might be some things you got to do. You know, when you move in, you might have to do a couple things to make it livable.
Right.
But then, you know, again, depends on how bad it is. But
Absolutely.
the potential is
Right.
always going to be there.
Right. And there are a lot of times, again, that sometimes people will go in and they'll, again, see that house as it sits. They call it dated.
Right.
A lot of people will say this house is dated, and they won't see that potential. If you can see potential, sometimes there's a real good opportunity there
Right.
for you to be able to get something. So again, we're talking 4 reasons today why you may want to consider a fixer-upper style home if you're in the market to purchase a home. We've went through the first 3. Now for the last one, the 4th one. What do you want to go with on that one?
All right. So the last one here, and John has already kind of touched on this.
Okay,
but,
gotcha.
it allows you to express your style.
Absolutely.
Again, when you buy a house that's move-in ready, it's got that person's color, it's got that person's taste, it's got that person's how they want to lay a house out.
Can I expand on that?
Do it.
Typically, a lot of times when you see, again, move-in ready house, I guess that's a good thing we can call it. You don't really want to pay for the house, the price,
Right.
and go in and really start tearing a bunch of stuff
Oh, yeah,
up,
yeah,
redoing this, and
Right.
especially if it's good.
Right.
You know, like if it's like it's okay, we
Right.
can go with this. Because that's how a lot of times you get more in the house
Right.
than you can get out of the house.
Because again, you got to think you've paid top dollar.
Right, and then you go in and start making a bunch of changes, and a lot of times a big mistake here, okay, if you don't hear anything we say today, hear this. A lot of times there's a big mistake made that people will go into a home, and they will buy the home, and they'll put, I'm just going to pull a number out there, $50,000 in the house to get it fixed how they want it. And they automatically assume, well, I put this money in, I should get this money back out. It doesn't always work that way. It doesn't always work that you are able to get the money back out of the house that you put into it. That's why, again, you kind of got to be smart in when you are saying I'm fixing it up, that you're doing the right kind of things for it. Now, we've had a whole show about what to do to bring value to your house before.
Right.
But I'm just saying, be careful that you don't go in and you want to do what you're saying, express your style, add your touch, and you begin to think, well, I can do all this stuff,
And I'm going to get more money.
and I'm going to get more, I'm
Value.
going to get my money and more out because
Right.
it's got this.
Right.
Doesn't always work that way.
True.
Sorry that I messed you up there, but you are correct.
Well, that's true. I mean, that
expressing
is
your
true.
style.
And so, but that's the good thing about a fixer-upper.
Right.
Is that you should have, like we
It
just said,
allows
you
you to
should
do
have that value. You should have that equity because there's that potential.
Right.
So you should have all these things going in your favor.
Right.
So now it's okay if you want to go in and move a wall.
Sure.
You know, or redo the kitchen
That is
because
right.
the kitchen might not be there.
Right.
You know, so it might need a kitchen. So that gives you your chance to put your style, your flavor, however you
Your
want to say
spin,
it.
man.
It's your spin on the whole place.
You make it yours.
You can really make it yours at that point.
Just the other day, you've been with them more than I have, but just the other day we were with some people, we were looking at a fixer-upper style home, and again, that was a lot of the things that they were talking about.
Right.
I could add this,
Right.
I could do this,
Yeah.
I could transform here, and again, I wish I had that talent. I don't.
Right.
But you can add your style to that, and again, take something that really a lot of other people wouldn't even fool with.
Right.
And literally turn that thing into exactly how you want it to be.
Yeah, and it's also exciting. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I mean, it's exciting because I've actually got two of them deals going on right now where
Right.
they're both kind of fixer-uppers.
Right.
One is more of a blank slate, and the people's going to be able to go in and do whatever they want to do.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of, the house is blank. They're
Right.
going to be able to do it however they want to. The other one, the house it's move-in ready. These people can move right in it right now.
Right.
It's got the square footage.
Mhm.
It's got everything for the potential.
Right.
And so be able to walk around with them and see their ideas
Sure.
of how they're going to come in and modernize.
What they're going to want to do. Yes.
Yeah, because it's got an older kitchen.
So I was saying about dated.
Yeah, so they get to come in and do their stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to. And I told them, I said, you're going to have value here
Right.
because the house has got the square footage. It's in a good enough neighborhood.
Absolutely.
It's in all those things to where the value is going to be there, and then they're
Yes.
going to be able to put their flavor on it.
Yes.
And so they're excited.
That's right.
So
and
it's
what,
good.
as you said, that's a lot of excitement to do because not
Absolutely.
only are you getting a house, but you're going to get to fix it how you want it.
Right.
Like tailor make it to how you would want the house. That's something exciting for you to do. So
Yeah.
what we've talked about here today is 4 reasons why, if you're in the market or you know someone in the market for a home, that a fixer-upper may be the way for them to go. Now, I told you at the beginning we were going to give you a disclaimer at the end. These fixer-upper homes are not for everyone to go
They're
for.
not.
As you alluded to earlier, you need to check with the person that you've been pre-approved with
Right.
to make sure that the loan that you're qualified for, that home, because it's not necessarily you that they look at, they also look at the home. I should say just you. They also look at the home. So the home has to qualify
Right.
for certain style loans.
Yes.
So you want to make sure, again, that yes, this style of home would fit the type of loan that I'm going to be getting. The other
Right.
thing that I'll say is about it is the price is a big thing. You want to make sure that, again, you don't want to go buy a
Sure you're
fixer-upper
getting it
for
for a
what you
good
could
price.
get a move-in one ready for.
Right.
So you want to look at that. But that all goes back to a lot of the things that we do a lot of times. And I know that probably these two, I know for one, but when you guys were looking on this one particular deal, you went on out with the people, you ran the numbers to, is this something we should do,
Right.
prior to them ever putting the offer.
Right.
That's some things that we'll do. So you know somebody, you think this may be an avenue you want to go, hey, don't go jump in with both feet.
Right.
Call us up. We'll be more than glad to go out with you, look at the home, run a market analysis as it is right now, and potentially
What
what
it
it
could
could be, and allow you to know, okay, I'm going to get it for X, I'm going to put this in it, might be something, or whoa, no,
Yeah.
there's no way I'm going to do
And
that.
I'll say one more thing. I think we've touched on this in the past, but a lot of times what I do hear about people and fixer-uppers is that they don't have the money to go in and do the fixer-upper part.
Absolutely.
Speak to a lender,
Yes.
because, and you can call us, we can give you a list of lenders, but there is a FHA 203K loan.
Right.
They can tell you more specific details
That
on
was
it.
a big old bunch of letters and numbers.
It's a FHA.
They'll explain it to you.
203K. Now,
Yes.
again, they'll explain all the details. The little bit I know about it is that you can actually, the bank will actually give you more money than what the purchase price is.
Right. Right.
There's a lot of stipulations that goes
Sure.
into that. The lenders can explain
That's
all
why
that
they
to
need
you.
to tell you that.
That's why they need
we
to tell
just
you.
know the possibility of that doesn't
We just
exist.
know that exists because again, that's
Yes.
something that you hear a lot. As I'd love
Absolutely.
to buy a fixer-upper, but I don't have
Not the funds.
I don't have the funds to do the fixer-upper part.
Absolutely.
There is loans available that'll let you do that.
There's options.
Yes.
There are options, and you want to be aware of those. 4 reasons why you should consider purchasing a fixer-upper. Again, you know someone needs some assistance. You need some assistance on this. Feel free to call us up. We'll be glad to tell you what we do know. Try to at least point you in the right direction so that you're able to do and accomplish what you're trying to accomplish for your family. We've